Welcome back to Breadcrumbs for Life, where simple steps lead to real results. This is Frances, and today is Healthy Tuesday. We're going to talk a little bit about health, and I want to just share a story real quick about something that I've been facing the past few years that has affected my health, and I have to be really aware of it because it can creep up on me at times. And that's the fact that I say, those of you out there too that are living alone, we face it as we get older. We get divorced. Our children grow up. Our parents pass on, and we find ourselves to be alone most of the time. After we retire, we're sitting at home alone, and it sometimes it's peaceful and even enjoyable, but sometimes it can feel heavy and even lonely. And there's some days that I don't really feel alone, and I don't even think about it. I've just grown accustomed to the quiet and doing what I want. But then there's those days that it hits me really hard, and the past couple of days has been like that. And I just had that empty house moment. Some call it empty nest, but it can get overwhelming. And I get to thinking, what if something happens to me and nobody knows? What if something happens and I can't reach out for help? And all these things just kind of swirl around in my mind. So I decided just to keep busy, to clean up, to do puzzles, to keep my mind occupied so I wouldn't be thinking about all the what ifs. And then that got me to thinking, how often do we let those feelings of loneliness and stress take over? And we don't have to be sitting at home alone in our house. We can feel alone with people around us, even. And we can feel isolated. And it can take a toll on our mental and our physical health, too. And then we can even become overwhelmed with the feeling of being alone, coming home to a house that's empty. It's really can be stressful. So just wanted to acknowledge those people that are alone, feeling isolated, overwhelmed, and help each of you and even myself not ignore those feelings of loneliness and try to push them to the side, but do something about them. And it's up to us to do something. Nobody else is going to help us not feel lonely, and nobody else is going to help us not be alone. So we have to do the things that we need to do. And if you're not alone yet, just think about somebody in your life that might be alone. Something that we can do if we are feeling alone or alone in our home is to reach out to others, even neighbors, friends, family. Just a call or a text or a video chat could make a world of difference. We could create a routine. Having daily structure helps us manage the feeling of loneliness. We feel like we have a purpose when we have a routine. Set aside some things we like to do, like hobbies, exercise, small projects around the house, and then breathing. Being mindful and breathing kind of helps us when we feel overwhelmed. And just taking a few minutes to reset and calm our minds. Some things that's helped me is scripture, because I know I'm not alone, because God is with me always. And that helps me so much to realize that despite how I feel sometimes, God is with me. And if you're a believer, which I hope that you are, but if not, that's fine. But just find something that you can tell yourself over and over again. I think Mel Robbins says something like, put your hand on your heart and say, I'm safe, I'm loved. And I think it was I forgot the other thing, but she just find your own thing that you can do. And some questions you could ask yourself to see if maybe loneliness is affecting you is, think about, have you noticed when your feelings of loneliness have affected your mood? Ask yourself if you have some daily habits that can lift your mental health. And then think about the last time you reached out to somebody just to connect, even if it was for a short chat. Just if you can get out, just getting out and driving somewhere, going to a different place, that can kind of break up being isolated. It's just about finding ways to take care of your mental and emotional well-being, because being alone can do so much to our health if we're not aware of it and if we don't take control of it. Your breadcrumb for today is to Acknowledge loneliness and manage stress. Those are keys to staying healthy when you live alone. Because living alone can grow old if we don't do something daily to keep it fresh. This is Healthy Tuesday. This is Frances. Leave a breadcrumb and make a difference.